This one doesn't really, fall under the category of a movie news story per se, but it involves, some might argue, a top one or two most important person in the world of movies for the last several decades. And that is Big Papa Iger. Bob Iger, who recently stepped down for a second time as CEO of Disney. He's got a new groove, apparently, because according to CNN and other outlets, it actually initially broke on ESPN. The LA Lakers have just sold for $12.5 billion to former Disney CEO Bob Iger and Jared Kushner, who is, of course, or Jared Kushner's brother, Josh Kushner. Josh is the brother of Jared. Jared is married to one of Donald Trump's kids. And so there's a bit of a connection there, which I find really interesting because Bob Iger and Donald Trump hate each other. But anyway, so that's kind of interesting in itself. But I guess Bob Iger, biggest entertainment guy in the world, for at least for a number of decades, most important figure in the world of movies for years, has decided to go ahead and buy the LA Lakers. I guess his time here in LA, being the head of Disney, was kind of impactful on him. This is interesting because for those of you who don't follow sports, you probably don't know this, but it was only about, a year ago that the owners of the LA Dodgers bought the LA Lakers. They literally just got bought and sold last year. Like, it was literally last year. And then now along comes Big Papa Iger and buys it again. Now, for note, the guys who bought the LA Lakers last year bought it for $10 billion. And in 1 year have turned it around for $12.5 billion. They just made $2.5 billion in 1 year. They made what Netflix made off of Paramount for breaking off their Warner Brothers deal. $2+ billion. Now, I've had a bunch of people writing into me and asking me, how does this impact Disney? I could be wrong about this, but as far as I can tell, this doesn't impact or affect or have anything to do with Disney, since Bob Iger no longer works for Disney. Now, somebody brought up a good question that I haven't had a chance, guys, to look up the answer to this to. Somebody asked, is Bob Iger still on the board of Disney? And he might be. Do you, either of you guys know for certain whether Iger is still a board member of Disney?
I don't know.
I know he's certainly not the chairman of the board anymore. Like,
but he must be a consultant of some kind.
Oh, he might be.
Doing a quick Google search, it says that Bob Iger remains on the Walt Disney Company board.
Oh, so there you go. But as a board member, I don't think this...
as a senior advisor through December of this year.
Okay, now he's going to be on the board through December of this year, or he's going to serve as an advisor until the end of this year? Because he's probably, they keep him on, obviously, to be an advisor to the new CEO for a while. But either way, it doesn't really impact Disney at all. Like, that, him buying the LA Lakers doesn't impact it at all. I saw one theory online proposed that this is, and they weren't being facetious, this is to lay the groundwork for an LA Lakers movie of some kind. And whether it's a version of Angels in the Outfield or whatever, I have no idea. Maybe their own version of the Mighty Ducks. Which was the team, the Charlie Sheen sports comedy where he was on the Cleveland Indians. Major League. So whether it's they may be a Major League. So I don't know if there's going to be a movie connection to this. I just found it interesting that arguably one of the most prominent and most important figures in all of movies has now stepped into my other favorite world of sports and now owns the LA Lakers for $12.5 billion. Anyway, Rob, I know you're not a LA Lakers season ticket holder, but what do you think about this?
No, but John, I come from Seattle, where they stole
the
Supersonics.
Yeah.
1978, 79. I mean, Slick Watts, Jack Sikma, Downtown Freddie Brown. I mean, changed my childhood. I'm just saying. They stole that team from us. However, when I moved to LA in 1988, the Lakers, I had never seen a city rally around a basketball team the way they rallied around the Lakers. I arrived here on June 4th, 88, and I was like, oh my God, the Lakers must have some kind of, it was incredible to join a new city that had we have so many different kinds of people from all over the world in Los Angeles. We have people, you can eat from every country here, and every one of them are Lakers fans.
Yeah.
So the Lakers unite and the Dodgers unite the world now with the Dodgers. But I think this is interesting. I think, to see Bob Iger do this, as if you read his book and you hear him talk about like getting Frank Sinatra's watch, and I love seeing this as a part of a third act of his career, maybe.
Yeah.
And say what you want about the Kushner bro or whatever, but I think that these are two guys. If there's one thing about Bob Iger, he knows his showmanship, and he understands that the LA Lakers is one of the great dynasties in all of American sports.
Yeah. And therefore of all of American pop culture.
All of America, absolutely. And I think they'll be in good hands with Iger.
Anyway, Sean, you had a chance to hear about this. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously Austin doesn't have a pro basketball team, but Texas does. They have a couple of bangers, as a matter of fact. But what did you think about this when you first heard about it?
Just one of those pieces of news that you're like, wait, what? Where did that come from? Like, I didn't hear rumors, murmurs. It was just all of a sudden Bob Iger partnering up with one of the Kushner brothers to buy the LA Lakers. Where did that come from? But like, for all of my thoughts on Bob Iger and maybe some of the things he did with Disney, like, he understands business. He wants the best. It doesn't, like, maybe he has his selfish purposes in why he's doing it, but his selfish purposes would also line up with wanting the team and the brand to be successful. So he obviously did incredible things with Disney over the last 20 years. And so if he can work his magic in this final act of his life, as Robert said, more power to him.
Yeah, so guys, again, this is not a big movie story. I just thought it was really interesting that Big Papa Iger, now in his second stint having retired as the CEO of Disney, is buying the Los Angeles Lakers, which in and of itself is interesting because the Lakers just sold last year. So this is kind of a crazy story. Anyway, whatever you guys think about all this, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Ultra Pouches. A lot of people use nicotine thinking it'll give them a little extra focus or even help before a workout. But nicotine is a vasoconstrictor. It narrows your blood vessels and can actually work against that pump and recovery that you're looking for. That's where Ultra Pouches come in. What you're really going to like about them is that they're 100% nicotine-free and caffeine-free. They're designed to give you smooth energy and focus without the nicotine crash. Pop one in before a workout or when you're sitting down for a long work session, and it's an incredibly convenient little boost. Ultra is the ultimate guilt-free pouch, delivering instant focus and mental clarity without nicotine or caffeine. New customers can use the code CAMPEA to get 15% off at takeultra.com. That's TAKEULTRA.com for 15% off with the code CAMPEA. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that our show sent you.